Hello and thanks for joining us. This is the Signature 30 Minutes. I am Marvelous Obomanu. Now in the headlines, experts advise Acting Inspector General of Police to reorganize the police system. 4 bandits surrender in Katsina State, give up arms. Imo traditional ruler, entire cabinet chiefs kidnapped. And now the details. Experts have called on the Acting Inspector General of Police to reorganize and strengthen the Nigerian police security architecture to end insecurity and ensure better service delivery. This is coming as Vice President Yemi Osibanjo decorated the new Inspector General of Police, Alkali Usman, on Wednesday. The Nigerian police has recently witnessed several attacks on their formations across the country, and experts have advised the new police boss to embrace technology as a measure to tackle insecurity. Signature TV spoke with a former Federal Capital Territory Commissioner of Police, Lawrence Alobi, retired, and convener Coalition in Defense of Nigerian Democracy and Constitution, Reorganize, on what Nigerians should expect from the new IGP.
Operation is key. Operation is that the driving speed that drives police and law enforcement. So the IGP should know that he knows what to do. He was in operation, he was in federal operations, and he will know what he will be able to ensure that the operation department is strengthened to make it be effective in crime prevention, crisis management. It's a notorious fact that the mayor of the police officer in the police force is down the ebb, is low, very low, and when the morale is low, demotivated, it also negatively impacts on their performance. And you know that welfare of the men is key and central. That would be the driving spirit that will drive the men to be committed, to be able to ensure that to be prepared to put in their best effort to achieve the best result. What the IG should do is study, have analysis of the kind of weapons these non-state actors are using, this militant, the Boko Haram, bandit and so forth. Well, then analyze this kind of weapon they use.
So this is a very tumultuous period for the new IGP. However, if he's able, to put the right thing in place, to train the right set of police officers who are patriotic enough, who have the manpower to be able to deal with internal security crisis, I believe that he'll be able to make his own mark. It's going to be a difficult one simply because a centralized policing cannot address Nigerian security challenges. We should have a police at the central level, at the subnational, even at the local level. However, he will be able to achieve, reasonably well if he's able to bring the best of the Nigerian police force together, and also even to train the tired ones, those who are disoriented, to bring a new life into the Nigerian police force, to reassure them, of the support of the country, and also if he's able to galvanize every part of the country and share, what is prevalent in our nation, which is sentiment, religious sentiment, and other vices that have destroyed the fabric of this nation. If the IGP, in acting capacity, is able, to bring all of this into play, I believe that we'll be able to surmount a little bit of, some of those problems.
The Katsina State Commissioner of Police, Sanusi Buba, says 4 bandits have surrendered and denounced their illegal activities in Katsina State. Buba announced this at a press conference in Katsina on Thursday. The bandits, identified as Saletua, Manitua, Adosariki, and Sani May Daji, were reported to have also surrendered 455 Rosto Castle, 2 general purpose machine guns, assault rifles, GMPG ammunitions, among others. The Commissioner of Police explained that their surrender is part of the Katsina State Police Command's effort in the ongoing onslaught against banditry, armed robbery, kidnapping, and other forms of crimes and criminality in the state. He further explained that it is also in line with federal government's directive to all security agencies to clamp down on all marauding bandits in the forest until either they are arrested, neutralized, or forced to surrender. The police chief said the bandits came forward unconditionally. It is not yet clear whether the bandits who surrendered on Thursday were granted amnesty. The Federal Capital Territory FCT Water Board says there will be disruption of water supply to some areas of Abuja from 9th of April to Friday 12th of April. Areas to be affected include Kubwa Airport, Gwagwalada and environs. This is coming after a 2-week water shortage in Abuja, which saw a jerrycan of water selling for 250 naira. In a statement from FCT Water Board, the board assured residents that services will be restored by the 12th of April. Unknown gunmen on Wednesday kidnapped the chairman of Okrika local government area of Rivers State, Philemon Kingole. Kingole was abducted in the early hours of Wednesday along the Peter Dele Road axis of Port Harcourt, the state capital. It was gathered that the abductors are yet to make any contact nor demand any ransom to free the council chairman. Spokesman of the State Police Command, Nnamdi Omoni, who confirmed Kingole's kidnap, said everything was being done to ensure the safe return of the council chairman. In a separate development, 2 persons were shot dead on Wednesday night between Victoria and Benden Street in the Old Port Harcourt Township in what is perceived to be a cult attack. Omoni said he was yet to gather details of the killings in the Old Port Harcourt Township and promised to get back to our correspondent after contacting the divisional police officer. Unidentified gunmen have kidnapped the traditional ruler of Umeze community of Ngurumbise in Abombise local government area of Imo State, His Royal Highness Eze Charles Iruebu. Eze Iruebu, who is also the Chief Executive Officer of the All States Mass Transit, was kidnapped along with his cabinet chiefs. The traditional ruler and his cabinet chiefs were on their way back from a traditional wedding at Mbano when they were kidnapped. The traditional ruler and his cabinet chiefs were whisked away, leaving the 3 vehicles they were traveling behind. The Imo State government says no stone will be left unturned in the search for those responsible for the dastardly attack against the police and Nigerian Correctional Service in Imo State. The government made this promise during its weekly Executive Council meeting. Declan Emelumba, the Commissioner for Information and Strategy, while addressing the press, said the security agencies would go to any extent to unmask both the known and the unknown agents of the mayhem. Emelumba also said the council has directed security operatives to expedite their investigation and not concentrate on any particular area but beam their searchlight on all suspected areas. He said the council also stated government's stand that oil companies operating in Imo State can key into the vision of government by identifying projects and needs of the communities which they can fund and not by disturbing cash to some individuals, warning that any company insisting on doing so will be running contrary to a government directive. The Imo State government, in a press release issued on Wednesday this week by Ogunwike Nwachukwu, the media advisor to the governor, has condemned the attack against security operatives and the Nigerian Correctional Service in the state by hoodlums. It has been revealed that the secret police alert the Nigerian police force and Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma at least 3 times before the attack at the Owerri Correctional Center. A former assistant director with the Department of State Services, Dennis Amakri, disclosed this in an interview with Channels Television. Amakri, however, said the police and the governor, who is the chief security of the state, failed to act on the intelligence by the Department of State Services. The former DSS official told newsmen that there was an attack at Owerri Correctional Center and over 1,800 inmates were freed. The attackers also raised the Imo State Police Command headquarters, situated in Owerri, and burnt all the vehicles parked at the command headquarters. He said there were enough actionable intelligence and space of time for action to be taken to forestall the attack. Amakri stressed that the Imo State governor was aware that the prison and the police headquarters was about to be attacked. The SDSS director, however, said apparently nothing was done to forestall the attacks. He further faulted claims by the former Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, that members of IPOB masterminded the attacks. He said the former Inspector General of Police did not have his facts right, as no one was arrested or identified during the attack. The Department of State Services has denied having any involvement in torturing Saidu Afaka, the president's official driver, to death, saying a report by Sahara reporters that it tortured the deceased as misleading. The news site has reported that Afaka misled President Muhammadu Buhari into approving a multi-million naira contract, which was later discovered by the DSS. It further said the service arrested Afaka ill-treated and subsequently dumped him at the State House Clinic, where he died. However, the DSS spokesman, Dr. Peter Funanya, in a statement on Wednesday night, said the secret police had no engagement in torturing of suspects and asked the public to take no account of the fake news spewed by the online platform. He stated that while the said driver was never arrested or detained by the service, it is a known fact that it does not torture suspects. Its suspect handling method is usually in compliance with the principles of the criminal justice administration system and democracy. The senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity, Malam Garba Shehu, had on Tuesday announced that Afaka died after a protracted illness. The Kaduna State government has directed the State of Emergency Agency and the Ministry of Human Development and Social Welfare to provide direct support for the released students of the Federal College of Forestry Mechanization, Mando, in a Gabi local government area in Kaduna State. The Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Arawan, stated that the students sponsored by the state at a military facility had undergone medical checkup, preliminary psychological evaluation, and have been confirmed mentally stable. He therefore stressed the need for a post-trauma evaluation to further confirm the mental health of the students. Arawan also stated that immediate essentials should be provided to the students, like food and clothing, and further stated that they are housed at a shelter for debriefing. The Minister of Human Services and Social Development, Hafsat Mohammed Baba, while expressing delight over the release, stated that the state would also keep them in custody for psychosocial support and counseling to avoid stigmatization from the community, while providing them with recreational facilities and privacy to normalize themselves. The Kaduna State government has promised the families of the unreleased students and state at large of their commitment towards the safe return of the remaining 34 students. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, has threatened to clamp down on some cyber cafes and tutorial centers that specialize in defrauding unsuspecting candidates during registration for the UTME. The warning was contained in the board's weekly bulletin. The JAMB registrar, Professor Ishak Oloyede, said anybody not licensed by the board to register candidates and who goes ahead to print banners advertising the board's services will be arrested and prosecuted. The board noted that unwholesome activities of fraudulent operators of cyber cafes, tutorial centers, and other entities who have formed the habit of deceiving helpless candidates by using the board's logo and name to defraud and extort them will no longer be tolerated. He said henceforth, the board and various security agencies will comb the streets across the country to ensure that such illegal activities were curtailed. The board has said that registration will take place in 700 centers nationwide. Adding the list of the centers will be available in all state offices and on JAMB's website. It also stated that registration for the exercise will begin on April 8th and end on May 15th. As the world commemorates the World Health Day 2021, the World Health Organization has tasked the government of every nation to develop easy and accessible healthcare for all citizens. Nigeria joined the rest of the world to celebrate the 2021 World Health Day with the theme Building Fairer, Healthier World for Everyone. Signature TV correspondent Chibuezobi was at the event in Abuja and now reports.
The Minister of Health, Dr. Asaje Ehanire, who was at the event, stated that the way to build easy and accessible health care for everyone is by providing adequate health facilities, including water supply, power, and security. According to him, this will enable everyone to have access to health care services, even at odd hours. The minister applauded government's effort so far in providing good and accessible medical facilities in the country. The Minister of State for Health, Adeleke Mamora, in his address, said that the celebration will awaken the spirit of the nation to put issues of equity and fairness in healthcare accessibility at the front burner. He stated that some people do not have equal and fair access to health services due to where they are living, which has limited their access to health care services, quality education, and job security. This, he said, give rise to recycling of poverty, diseases, and inequities, saying that with equity and fairness in distribution of resources in the country, there will be lasting peace even outside the domain of health.
The world fears of fairness. It promotes equity. Another point is that it is not for us who are in the grace of God to be helpful. It's like what the labor people say, injury to one is injury to all. If your neighbor is not helpful, you will also be at risk. If your neighbor does not have access to health care as you do, you will be at risk because when he or she starts having problems in the night, you will be disturbed. That is the essence of fairness. That is the essence of equity. To have access, and having access should not be dependent on how much money you have in your pocket. So what we are saying is that we need to create a just society.
The Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Health, M.A. Abdullahi, said that Nigeria joined the rest of the world to commemorate the World Health Day with commitment to ensuring that everyone everywhere would have the right to good health. This, he said, is demonstrated in the implementation of the Component Daily Healthcare Provision Fund, which is in line with the World Health theme for the year.
Nigeria joins the rest of the world to mark the 2021 World Health Day edition with commitment to ensuring that everyone everywhere can realize the right to good health as demonstrated by the implementation of the components of the Basic Healthcare Provision Fund. And this is in line with the World Health Day theme we are celebrating this year.
The World Health Day, which is celebrated annually on 7th of April, is a day set aside to commemorate the importance of healthy living in every society. As Nigerians celebrate with the rest of the world, the need for equal and fair access to healthcare services should be Nigerians' priority. Chibuezebe, Signature TV, Abuja.
Moving over to business, Naira on Wednesday rose against the pound, cedis and Chinese yuan at the investors and exporters window, as the federal government said it has adopted a rate for the investors and exporters window for its official transactions. According to the data posted on the CBN site, the pound closed at 523 naira 68 kobo on Wednesday, a 2 naira 58 kobo rise from 526 naira 26 kobo. The rate is stood on Tuesday. Similarly, Ghana cedis closed at 69 naira 90 kobo from 66 naira 32 kobo, a 42 kobo or 0.63% rise. Chinese yuan also closed at 58 naira 24 kobo from 58 naira 27 kobo traded on Tuesday. This occurred as Nigeria adopted a new flexible exchange rate policy for official transactions, a move that effectively marks fluctuation of the local unit over time. Naira also rose against United Arab Emirates dirham and Saudi Riyal. It closed at 103 naira 87.4 kobo for dirham and 101 naira 66 kobo. This was a rise from 103 naira 80 kobo and 101 naira 66 kobo for Riyal. The government will start to use the flexible rate, which has until now applied to investors and exporters for government transactions. This was disclosed by Zainab Ahmed, Finance Minister, on Monday, 29th of March in Abuja. And now for the stock market report. At the close of trading on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange on Thursday, investors gained 13.5 billion naira despite a drastic fall in the share volume. The volume of shares that exchanged hands crashed from 356.46 million traded on Wednesday to 145.3 million on Thursday. The equity capitalization conversely rose to 20.3 trillion naira from 20.28 trillion, a 13.5 billion naira or 0.6% gain. The all-share index as a result closed upward at 38,774.3 points. This was a 0.26% rise from 38,766.61 points traded on Wednesday. The value and total deals closed red. The value plunged to 1.57 billion naira from 4.1 billion naira previously traded, while total deals fell to 3,525 from 6,130. A rise in the share prices of the financial sector's equities, which include Zenith Bank, Guaranty Trust Bank, Access, UBA and First Bank Nigeria Holdings, anchored Thursday's gain. Guaranty Trust Bank traded shares worth 589 million, with Zenith Bank trading over 579 million naira worth of shares. First Bank of Nigerian Holdings traded the highest number of shares, recording 21.85 million shares. The market sentiment was positive as 13 gainers were recorded against 12 losers. On the sectoral front, Oando led the oil and gas sector, trading over 3 million shares valued at 9.6 million naira, while Guaranty Trust Bank led the financial sector. Consolidated Hallmark Insurance PLC gained 9.68% to top the gainers chart. Its share price rose to 34 kobo from 31 kobo traded on Wednesday. On the loser side, Royal Exchange PLC shed 3 kobo on its share price and closed at 36 kobo, a fall from 39 kobo previously traded. And on the foreign scene, Britain has reassured the public over the safety of its coronavirus vaccine campaign after deciding to offer alternatives to an AstraZeneca jab amid blood clot concerns. Health Secretary Matt Hancock urged people to keep getting vaccinated, a day after Britain's medicines regulator said the vaccine developed by the British-Swedish firm was linked to 79 cases of rare clotting and 19 deaths. Hancock emphasized the serious side effects were extremely rare, adding that all 3 of the vaccines so far approved for use in Britain were safe for ages. Addressing those under 30, an age group in which vaccine hesitancy tends to be higher and is largely yet to be offered the jab, he urged young people to keep faith with the UK's vaccine drive. Before we end the news, a recap of our major stories. Experts advised Acting Inspector General of Police Usman Akali Baba to reorganize the police system. 4 bandits surrender in Katsina State, gave up arms. Imo traditional ruler, entire cabinet chiefs kidnapped. Please do well to stay safe. Maintain physical and social distance and wear your nose masks while going about your daily activities. And that's the signature 30 minutes on behalf of my producer, Damilola Abudu. I am Marvelous Obommanu. Thanks for watching.